Hi everyone, welcome to Amaranth. These are general messages for the collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter placements. Let's get into it. So the first card you have, Gemini, is number 30 and it says castled in the clouds. So number 3 and 30 are coming through prominent with this energy. Castles in the clouds. Now, if you look at this, it's a beautiful, magnificent castle. It's not a small castle. It's a really big one, which is sitting on top of a cloud. And of course, this is Saria, right? So castles are more symbolic of imagination, like up in the clouds, thinking about things, imagining things. And because Uranus really recently moved into your sign, Gemini, this is about boldness, about things that are not reality as yet. Innovating things. This is vision boards, thinking visionary things like flying taxis and drones and things like that, right? That's the energy of Uranus in Gemini. So you might be thinking of ideas that are out of this world, outwardly ideas, which are not really manifested or may not seem logical to people who are not quite there yet in terms of their thinking. But I feel that this is a chance for you to explore those ideas. Don't brush them off because it could lead to something big. You can also share it with your trusted people or brainstorm if you feel that it is, if you've done a little bit more research or if you think it could be made into, it could be manifested, it could be made into practical reality and it actually will help people. You can also brainstorm it through the people in your company if they trust you or if you trust them. So this is something, really big that you might be thinking about exploring or, if you share it with people, you might encourage them to think further or partnership to research further and see possibilities, like if it's possible to, it doesn't have to be completely new concept. It could be an addition to something which is already existing. So this is also an energy of rising above, the ascended masteries. You might be getting visions. You might be doing astral travel. You might be doing meditation and getting lost into that space, Sometimes it happens when you're able to put that focus into meditation. We actually, scale above, rise above the reality. We actually, for a second, forget where we are. So for some of you, when Facebook came up with those games like Fishbowl and Farmville, all of those Mindscapes games, those virtual reality thing, that's the kind of energy that this Castles in the Clouds had. You might be thinking of games. Even Google's Lab is coming up with, bold ideas now. It's called moonshot thinking. And you might be doing that. You might be very technical, just like self-driving cars is moonshot thinking, is part of moonshot thinking. People are thinking of delivery through drones. So that's also an example of the castles in the clouds, guys. That's according to me. It doesn't have to be. I mean, that's my idea of, that's my perception or understanding of this energy. So I also feel that you might be into sci-fi. You might be watching a lot of sci-fi movies and thinking thoughts based on that or getting dreams based on that. This could be a game that you're trying to create, some kind of series, or you're trying to build actually castles. It could be that you're building castles. You might be into architecture, building castles somewhere. These days also there is a lot of painting, virtual reality going on in the painting. Not virtual reality, I would say augmented reality. For, it's like they want to create animation of those paintings that are already existing, So all those paintings that have been created from the past until now, not all of them, some of them they want to start, trying augmented reality is like animating those paintings. So there's like floating designs they want to overlay on top of those and create something magical out of all the existing. So don't brush your dreams. It might seem like a fantasy, but if it does seem like a fantasy, that's your moment of castles in the club. Next card you have, Gemini, is House 2. And it further says physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. If you see in the picture, there is a heart, there is a rose, and there is a bird which is carrying twigs. This is, House 2 is for you, is the house of Cancer, but it's originally the house of Taurus, right? Which is for physical security, land possessions, material security, and things like that. So I feel right now, Gemini, you're more about valuing whatever you have earned so far, whatever you own so far, your possessions, your land, your home, your car, whatever it is you have built for yourself so far. It's a reflection of how far you have come, how much effort you have put in, and what you exactly stand for. It's not about public display of things or possessions. It's just that whatever you have in your house. Now, for example, you could have a lot of possessions or you could be a minimalistic person. It just depends, because nowadays there's a new movement, right? People are a lot interested in tiny homes and minimalistic, where it's like across the board, across the globe, people are valuing like lesser items, living minimalistically, lesser possessions and things like that, keeping only things that matter. You could be into that spectrum. Or you could be into collecting possessions. Now, some of the possessions that you have could be handed down by your ancestors. You have something which, is vintage. Maybe you have a sentimental value, and those are the charms or the items that you actually have in possession, where it connects you to your past, your ancestors, your heritage, your family lineage. So that's an emotional investment. That's your emotional security. So you could have collection of that as well. Outside of that, you could, you could be also the house, the interior decor that we have is also a reflection of ourselves. For some of you, you might be upselling things. There was like, there's a movement across the globe. For those of you who know or who don't know, it's called repair cafes, where people are reclaiming what they already have or what they already own. Sometimes it's distressed, or they want to give it a distressed feel, or they want to give it a vintage feel, or they want to give it a very earthy feel. And they collect driftwoods from so many places, and things need of sustainable resources and things like that. Even DIYs come under that. People are also into DIYs. It's thriving nowadays, and especially platforms like Etsy, where creators are actually selling items that they have, expertise in, or the unique, they have unique skills and talents, which they create different articles and pottery and crafts, and then they sell that, and it actually makes good income on Etsy as well. So it's that kind of an energy where you're able to apply your skills, and it gives you that importance of self-worth. It's like knowing that you have so much talent that you can monetize or something like that. This could also be, maybe you start dance classes, maybe you're good at dancing and you want to, outside of your main job, you want to start something on the side. Maybe dance class, maybe you want to treat an instrument, something that you know really well. You want to pass it down to the next generations, and at the same time, make a buck or two. And also it, just connects you so much with who you are, with your personal worth. It's like, yeah, I know how to play the guitar, and I love my craft. I love me for knowing that craft and things like that, just happy for ourselves in a good way. So you could be doing that as well, building some side hustles, applying your skills. But some of you could also be into upselling or upcycling, maybe on marketplaces, or just selling things online. For some of you, you could be actually upskilling, which means you're learning some skills. Maybe you want to learn writing, you want to write a book, or some craft, or some digital arts or crafts or marketing or something like that. And the other spectrum of you might be actually reducing the clutter in your house and just keeping things that matter to you the most, instead of just hoarding things. For some of you, you might be actually turning old vintage stuff and curating it, and aligning it with modern day age so that you can keep it for longer. Who knows, you can wax the things, you can paint it, repaint it, and keep it for longer, and it has a renewed new modern day age to it. So there's a lot of spectrum energy that comes over here with physical security and possessions and material values and self-worth. So next, you have Gemini is the number 27, and it says messages. Further, it says synchronicity, memory, mind healing. So number 2, 7, and 9 are prominent with this energy. For you, Gemini, messages. So there's a crow out here. Crows are messengers. There's one on her head. This is like the traditional old folk dressing and energy and graphics. There's a tiki torch there. It's the nighttime. And, it's like the ancient folks, right? It's the ancestry. That's the theme of this card. So it's something to do with messages that you're receiving through the universe, whether it's through birds, it's in the forest, outside, inside your house, wherever it is, your eye will stumble on messages that you need to see. It's the moment where your mind meets the memory, right? Because there are some messages that the universe shows it to you, especially synchronicities. Those are synchronicities, like messages that we stumble upon. That give us the clarity, that give us confirmation, and sometimes that gives us the healing also that we need in that particular moment. Now, this energy, this reminds me of people coming forward, speaking their truth to heal each other. There are in the world a lot of ancestral healing retreats are there because this card is so much related to ancestry. They tell things of the past, and people from that era, they share their experiences and whatever the recollection they have of those times to heal people in the current times. That's how powerful ancestral healing is. So you might be seeing things or hearing things or songs or messages or charms or phrases on buses, on TVs, on cars and things like that, where it actually gives you a message, sends you a message that I'm be thinking of you or something that you need to do. I've heard people, say this on the time that, they were separated from their near and dear ones and they got messages continuously and they happened to reach out and extend themselves and then they were united, with their families. I've seen and heard of a lot of such situations. So something like you might hear a song that will bring you to tears, but it's something that your heart is grieving for. So something that is going to transform, something that is going to heal inside of you through those messages, through something that will just occur randomly, something that we feel is a coincidence. It's not really coincidence, it's a synchronicity, which is meant to find you at this point in time to aid you with healing in some way. Now, for some of you, this could be you creating poetry or you looking at poetry of your ancestors, reading poetry that healed so long, because when the ancestors, when our forefathers and mothers, they write things, they pen things down. Every word has so much weight and value to it. This could be some form of art that you're looking at of the past, and that triggers something in you. Maybe it's maybe you saw that in your dream, or it's a symbol for you to research upon it and see what it means for you. There could be a message for you somewhere. Maybe you're seeing crows, there are crows in this picture, or maybe you're seeing a part of this armor upon some clothes, and there's a message for you that you need to research up on some symbols or artwork that you repeatedly see and try to see what's the message for you. There's a lot of angel numbers, that people believe in. So that's a synchronicity because angel numbers are actually meant to heal us, right? And they're cross-cultural. It's not that one culture follows it. I think it's accepted and followed by a lot of cultures. So if you're seeing some angel numbers, that's also another message for you to follow that up and heal. And so pay attention to those dreams or those synchronicities. You will probably see some, deja vus or repeated signs and symbols. So try to see, because that's universe's way of communicating to us. It will give you clarity, it will give you healing, it will give you some hints, it will give you some confirmation, some deeper understanding of how the issue that you were looking for. Some emotional issue also might get resolved in the next few days using these messages. And the last card for today, Gemini, you have is the Knight of Pentacles. This is earthy energy. I feel this is you, even though this could be somebody around you, somebody who is an earth sign like Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. But for the most part, I feel it's your energy because your ruler Mercury is right now transiting through Virgo, which is an earth sign, of course, but then it gives you the methodical approach to put the consistent work, to plan things, to follow through things, to keep persisting, to not stop. And this is exactly what the Knight of Pentacles is about, doing small steps and actions every single day with good intention of creating something long-term, not a flashy something, not a flashy idea like building a car or building a house, though it could be building a house, could be, but it's something that, you put in the word daily, not to sorry about that, not to major effort, but do small steps. It's like, for example, if you were writing a book, you got to write about like a page or two every single day. It's called micro steps. So then you reflect on it and then you change up things. And over a period of time, it turns into a book. So that kind of subtle work that you put in every single day, creating that body of work, whether it's drawing or sketching, maybe you're sketching or creating a painting. So every day you come and you paint a few strokes, and then at the end of a month, you have a beautiful painting ready. Or you're knitting and you knit a few, maybe you're knitting a sweater. So you knit the arm one day, you knit the second arm, the other day you knit the hood one day, and at the end of a week or 10 days, your sweater is ready. So it's not a grand something that you might be creating. It's something, a body of work, which is gentle, which is subtle, which you nurture every day by day. Just like the community gardens that people plant, and people from different, neighbors in the community, they come together and they grow food and they, support each other by growing food. And this is a huge movement across the world. A lot of countries are doing that. Some of you could be into candle making. Some of you could be into writing songs or sketching or creating journals for your own self. Or maybe just, a new wellness routine you have, something that you want to pursue long-term, not playing the gym because that's hard, but walking or meditation or drinking herbal tea every single day. Maybe you're trying some ritual like that. Or maybe, it even helps in the healing people who are going through difficult situations. And I've heard this a lot, where people write letters, they write their pain, they write small affirmations day after day, and eventually they end up healing because they release all the pent-up energy in their hearts. So nothing which is a fast trend over here, but something which is sustainable, through putting in disciplined work every single day and then getting out the output, which is not like supporting the whole neighborhood, but, supports you and a family or two. So putting in the work consistently, persistently, and it helps you release the stress. It gives you a sense of purpose. You're devoted to it. It creates a body of work of your identity, which reflects your identity, but something which is done one step at a time, one day at a time. So these are general messages, Gemini. Let me know how these energies they are in your life or in the environment around you. It helps me connect with the tribe here at Amaranth, and hope you enjoyed your messages. So thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe and hit the like if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.